Hi everyone, this is Lynn, and you're watching Crazy for Crafting. It's time for another video tutorial, and today's project is a card that is a hybrid. Part of it is made with my digital studio, and part of it is handcrafted. So let's get started. Okay, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5 folded, and we're going to do it this way, which is landscape again. Then you're going to need a piece of white, whisper white, that's 4 by 5.25, and then we're going to need this beautiful stamp, and this is out of the Fifth Avenue Floral two-step stamping set. And I don't know if you can see, but this has got very thin, very fine detail. Now we want to make it thicker, so I'll show you what to do for that. First of all, I'm going to lay down a piece of paper towel, and then my card, and I'm sorry, we are going to do this card portrait. Okay, I'm going to take some black StazOn, and I'm going to ink this up really good. Now, can you see how skinny that is? What you're going to do is, let's see, you're going to decide where you want it. You're going to lay it down, and then you're going to twist. Okay? And that gives it a little bit of a shadow and makes it thicker. Then you're going to ink it up. You're going to lay it down, and then you're going to twist it a little bit. And it's just a matter of, I don't know, getting to know how to twist it. Down and twist. So I would say, you know, see, I like that with the thickness in certain spots. Okay. Down and twist. Okay, so now you've got this, and then we're going to run it through the lattice embossing folder. Okay, I'm back, and here is your lattice embossing folder, and you take your card and you put it through it, okay? And it, I don't know, it just gives that real neat, like, canvasy look. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Now, you can use the stamp set like I did and squish it or smush it around a little bit. That's a technical term, smush is. Or if you don't mind it being real thin, you can stamp it real thin. Or you can use your digital studio, and you can buy this stamp set download, and you can make your roses or any other part of this stamp set for the digital studio, and you can make them as large or as small as you want. That's the one thing about using the My Digital Studio. So as large as this is right now, you could make it a lot larger, or you could make it a lot smaller and design it on your paper like this or any way you want. I like it a little thicker, so I like to hand stamp it. Okay, so this is going to go here like this. So we'll get some snail. And we're going to put this on here. Now, before I push it down, I need to get a little bit of, it's thick, 7/8 ribbon. You can use any size. But before I lay it down, I'm going to stick this, about right here. Now I've already got my snail on the back, so the snail can hold this. Then you can just take a little bit more and put on there. Okay, now we're going to sit this down. Okay. Now, for this part, this is actually where the hybrid part comes in, because I didn't have any of the polka dots for this. And then they've got the new patterns out that I downloaded, and it's in the neutral colors. I like it. This side looks like this, and then here's the other side of it, which I'm thinking would make a pretty cool card too. But I printed this out because you don't want it on super thick or really super good cardstock. You want it a little thinner, so I use some, I don't know, whatever, cheap stuff. But it was a really high white content so that it does come out really pretty. Then you take it like this, and this is a 1 by 11 inch strip. And then I took, on this one, I used the scallop trim border. On this one here, I used the eyelet punch border. So we're just going to go with the scallop trim border, and then you take and crimp it. So here it is. I've already got the eyelet trim border. I'm sorry, the scallop trim border. And then you take a crimper and lay your cardstock in there and start it through. Okay. Now, I only like to do it the one time so you get that real corrugated look. Now, if you're going to print this out on good quality Whisper White cardstock, you're going to want to run this through your crimper several times to really break it up and make it soft. Then you're going to take a 1 3/4 inch piece of cardstock cut with the 1 3/4 inch punch, and you're going to either take your sticky strip and you're going to cover this, or you can get the sticky strip, the red liner adhesive sheets, and put that on there. Then what you do is you take this and you start on the outside edge and you start where all those crinkles are, and you bring this around and you scrunch it and smush it. I love the term smush. It's such a good technical term. And you just keep smushing and scrunching. And that's what the crimping machine does for you. It makes it a little easier. I'm going to pull that up a little bit because I want to smush and scrunch just a little bit more. There we go. I can take this, keep it going. Okay. And if you've got just a little extra piece, you can clip that off just as long as they match. Now, take another piece and you start and make one more circle. Now, I was wondering how this would look. I think I'll just make it all one color. Okay. Go in the center and do the same thing. Start scrunching and smushing and ruching, or whatever you like to call it. And just keep going around. And see, the nice thing is when it's used the crimper, you can get your finger in there and your fingernail, and it helps you smush it up. Okay. Okay, so now you've got your two rings. That's not too bad looking in the kind of diagonal stripes. And that's going to go there. depending. Okay, there you go. A brad. And I just have one of these kind of larger brads in black. And I'm going to take and poke a hole right in the center and stick this brad through. Okay. Turn it over, break the brad, and there's your flower. Okay, you're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. That's the only reason I shut that instead of putting it through. And I'm going to put, like 3. That's all it's going to need, like that. These are the best dimensionals in the world. I used to hate dimensionals until I got the Stampin' Up! Ones. They're so much easier to take off the paper. They're so much easier for taking off the back piece. And as I say that, I can't do it. And then you just want to stick this right down like that. Okay, so we've got that far. Well, that's not bad. I think that's interesting. Then we're going to take the decorative label punch. And we're going to pop one of these out in black, like that. Then we're going to pop one out in white. Okay. Now, even though I'm going to have the white one on top of the black one, I am still going to sponge around that. First, I'm going to use my Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. This is a set of 24 that has all kinds of sayings. And of course, I'm a little anal, I guess, because I've got them in order. And I don't like them to move around, so I stick the foam core board in there to hold them in place. And on this one, I think, the other one I put for the newlyweds, I think for this one I'm going to put Happy Anniversary. So I'm going to take my StazOn, get it all inked up. There's Happy Anniversary. Might as well leave that open. Get my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to go around the edges. So it kind of makes it more of a dark gray than a black. But it just gives it some dimension. Okay. And then instead of cutting it like I do sometimes, I'll do it on this, I'm going to offset it. So here again, I'm going to use some snail, and I'm going to put it, let's see, like that. Then we're going to take a couple more dimensionals. 2 should be enough. Pop the dots. Love it. And let's see. I think I want it on this side this time. Okay, and voila, your card is all done. There you have, I don't know, a pretty little black and white card for an anniversary, or I guess you could use it for anything you wanted. But I've got a lot of anniversaries and weddings coming up, so I really like the black and white. Now, on some where I actually know the colors of the wedding, I will do this, but I will do it in the colors that they use for their wedding theme. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and If you don't have My Digital Studio, you really need to get it, because if you ever have an emergency where you need just the tiniest little piece of cardstock and you don't have it and you need it before your order can come in, you can print out a small piece. Just make sure you always have plenty of Whisper White laying around, because that's what you want to print it on if you really want the best quality. So, everyone, have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.